Coming up in this week's episode.
Well, it's our expert area, Andy. I think, we talk about crisps and chocolate and junk food and wimpy, and we're nailing it.
No children.
No ladies, please.
No ladies, no children.
We'll be back in an hour. Dinner on the table.
I'll say that to the wife, see if we can get away with it in 2024.
Where is my dinner?
Although it looks like there's hundreds of different choices.
Yeah.
But it just basically boils down to these five
big companies.
Big companies that are just trying to kill us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
The way it is.
I mean, I like these light-hearted podcasts.
It's time to adjust those shoulder pads, back comb what's left of your hair, and jump into the DeLorean for a look back at what's possibly the best decade anyone could ever have grown up in.
Shall we play a game?
This is Bring Back the 80s with your hosts James Alderson and me, Andy Jackson.
Welcome along to episode 4.
Is it?
Season 3.
It's flying by.
Bring Back the 80s podcast. That is James Alderson. Yep. I am Andy Jackson. Thank you for watching. Thank you for helping make us go semi-viral.
Well, it is we're a little bit like COVID, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're still about.
Still there.
Just be wary.
It's just there.
Stay on your guard.
You can't protect yourselves against this podcast, I'm afraid. But thank you for taking us towards quite a few 100,000 views on the old Facebook. So
yeah.
Very, very, very good. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for recommending.
Yeah, chocolate. I mean, who would have thought it? That people would have been so chatty about the demise of their chocolate dreams. And we've gone through a lot of the big sellers. A lot of the big chocolate bars have been featured.
Yeah.
This is possibly our last episode on just chocolate for now.
We may well revisit one day.
There's bound to be
so
some
many.
stuff.
We only scratched the surface.
Oh, of course.
Of the confectionery. No wonder that we're all getting like this with all this chocolate that we've only just about scratched the surface on.
So much about. But they don't have it at the tills anymore. Do you notice this?
I remember that because there was an outcry, wasn't there? Because they obviously put them there for kids' pester power.
Yeah.
And then one supermarket said we're going to remove all that.
Yep. Thank you.
And they did. And then because the other ones had to, because all the mums said, this is fantastic. The kids are not whinging.
Yes.
For everything. So they.
Well, I can't bloody find the chocolate now. I walk through a Tesco and I have to go up to someone like a fat loser and go, "Excuse me, where are your chocolate bars?" And they take you to the multi-packs because they look at me and go, "Yeah, he wants 6 of them."
I can't. I have the same problem because I don't think they sell just 1s and 2s, do they? Now?
No, I just want one Twix,
one thing,
and one Mars bar, one Kit Kat, one York. That's all I want.
Just
a single one, just for that.
Day.
That's my shopping trip. And I don't want a pack of 6. If I'm going to have 6, okay, I'll have 6. But yeah, and they don't have the shelves of. I mean, that used to be like paradise as a kid. You walk up, usually wouldn't even be like horizontal, they'd be vertical, they'd be flat there, they'd be flat in front of you, and they'd go back about 4 feet, and then behind that would be the old newsagent guy looking at you, making sure you're not nicking anything. And in front of him, on almost like a huge wooden tray, were all these nice chocolate bars just laid out in a nice presented fashion. And now I've got to go for a bloody 10k walk around Tesco to try and bloody find them.
Well, that's going to be making you healthy as you're on there. I think there was also a thing as well that a lot of parents just gave up as kids got more and more feral.
Yeah.
And I think there used to just be a thing that the parents would just let the kids help themselves as they went through.
Yeah.
And then say when they got to the checkout, "It's not my fault. You shouldn't have put them there."
Yeah.
And so maybe there was a bit of that as well.
Yeah.
Parents just giving up trying to stop their kids eating.
Yeah. That's what I'll say then. As I'm walking through the till eating my 6th chocolate bar. Go, "It's your fault. You put out a multi-pack. I ate it."
I tell you what, there wasn't back in the 80s, which there is now, which is actually a step forward. If you go to some of the supermarkets now, they've got a box of fruit, and it says to for your children, let them help themselves to a bit of free fruit.
Oh my God, do they? No. Have a banana, son. What? What's a banana, Dad? But no, I know what you mean, but I think it would be a lot more popular if you put a box of fudges there.
100%.
But I know it's not good, so let them have an apple. That's what I say. But the rotting ones with the flies around it, get them out of that box there. The ones they've dumped in the corner.
The ones that have been marked down to 5, still nobody taken.
Oh God, dear, I'm not sure. Would that have worked in the 80s? I don't think that would have worked. I mean, chocolate has always been such a major part of our lives. I know maybe our grandparents and great-grandparents who didn't have the joys and the variety of us, but chocolate has been wonderful since as long as I can remember. Probably a bit more variety, actually, because some of the things have gone and died and gone to chocolate heaven. Now they just chuck stuff in the classics, a bit of honeycomb in it, chuck a bit of something else in it, a bit of, mint for your favourite. Do stuff to the originals, but it's lovely, isn't it?
Well, there's a whole thing as well where they've now started putting all our favourite bars of chocolate in cakes now, haven't they?
Oh yeah.
So you can get a Twix cake or a
hash cake. I thought there were mint flakes. I thought it was mint leaves in there. But yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right, actually. Or milkshakes. That's a big thing.
Oh God, yes.
Chuck a bloody drifter bar in that. Well, you don't do drifter bars, but you know what I mean. Put a bit of fudge in a milkshake. That's going to work, isn't it?
Yes.
Choking to death halfway around M&S. It is. They do. They just go, that'll blend perfectly.
It's like the whole Mackey's milkshake thing is based on just taking. It's like, how unhealthy is this? Just taking like your sugary milkshake drink and adding more sugary shit on top and blending it in, because everybody loves a McFlurry.
Yeah, but we do have carrot sticks with your Happy Meal, so it balances it out.
Has anybody ever ordered carrot sticks
I only go into McDonald's for their
bag?
salads. I'll be honest, they're McSalads. They're dreamy. I'll have a fries salad, please. Have a nugget salad. I don't really. I mean, these shakeaways and all these different places where you can go and get these milkshakes, where the shakeaway brand particularly is iconic. They're around the world now. It's a British institution, and you can go in and you say, chuck that in and that in and that in, and it never melts down to a milkshake. It's just milk, and at the bottom is a whole load of goo, a bit like a bloody those bloody sticks that we were chewing on in the last one, drumsticks, and you just lose your teeth trying to chew through a blended together,
as you know, as well with the I'm not so good with the old blended drinks, because I get the brain freeze as we discovered in Wimpy the other day.
Yeah, you have to check back on that episode, because we ate in a Wimpy and it was an experience, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
Yeah.
Speaking of checking back to things as well, we've got the mystery sound coming up a little bit later as well.
Yep.
Before we do that, though, I just want to give you the first of today's adverts from the 1980s, if I can. So take yourself back to childhood TV. This is the break in, maybe it's the break in between. Your mum and dad are watching Corrie or whatever. So this is the advert break during Corrie from the 1980s.
Weigh it up. What else gives you such value? Mars, with all the goodness of milk, glucose, sugar, and thick chocolate. Big bar enjoyment and big bar value. Weigh it up.
A Mars a day helps you work, rest, and play.
See, now they're not allowed to say that it helps you work, rest and play now. They're not allowed.
The new
to say
jingles,
that.
Miles a day helps you get diabetes, type 2 diabetes quicker. What a thing. I've got one. I've left it over here. Give me a minute.
I'll give you a second. I'll just talk amongst yourself while James tries to
Oh dear. Pathetic. It was a bit like
we're going to be. Well, it's not going to be too long, James, before we come in here on our little scooters, isn't it? We'll just be sitting here
get off.
How we'll drive the scooters up the stairs.
Microphone attacking me. Yeah, I think. It's a knockout. That was, wasn't it?
Very good, James.
Without the nonce. Right. Okay. So.
I do not want to be in your gang. It's a knockout.
Thank you.
So go on then. So what do you got?
Oh yeah, here we go. That was it. Sorry, I forgot we were recording. Right. So we got a Mars bar here, mate.
Yes. Yes.
What grammage do we think the Mars bar is these days?
53.
51.
Oh, that's not a bad guess.
You can have that.
Okay.
All right. Happy Christmas.
Yeah, thank you.
What do we think? What do we think the original one was?
65.
68.
Oh, okay.
See, this is where I think all of our memories stem from. The Mars bar.
Yeah.
It definitely tasted different back in the day. Christ almighty.
They were chewier, weren't they?
Yeah.
Can I dig into this one?
Yeah. You're going to ever guess at the price?
What, for the old ones?
Yeah.
18p.
14.
Okay.
And this was a 1981. Then we've got a 68 gram. What's that? What did I say that was? 53?
53, yeah.
Yeah, 68 gram, and that's 1985. And then this one says 10% bigger. Oh, no, that one says 10% bigger. 68 grams. But you do get a free coach ticket.
Oh, well, that's always a bonus.
You just free, yeah. Does it taste the same to you? It's a bit softer, aren't they?
Texture's definitely softer. 100%.
They used to be a real
mouthful,
meaty
yeah.
bite, and now they're just they're close to a Milky Way now, I think, but with caramel in as well. But yeah, I mean, this is where I think all of our memories, obviously the wagon wheel, that's the cliche, everyone goes, oh, they're smaller. They are smaller. But the Mars bar, 68 grams, it was 53 now, and that's from a newsagent. That's not in a pack from a pack or anything. So it's definitely, I think that is where our core memory is like, they are smaller. If you hold that up.
Yeah. They would last longer as well, though, because they were harder to eat.
There's a definite size difference. And I know it's flattened down stuff, but, there's no escaping it, Mars. Stop messing about.
Interesting that this one actually does have these, one of the few ones that actually has the original weight on. And I've realised what that was. When did we join the Europe?
Oh, I don't know.
Because this has got a little, next to the weight, where it says 68, there's a little E for Europe. And I wonder if that was like a European directive.
Well, with ounces on as well and stuff.
Actually, 2.4 ounces.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was a European directive to say that now you're coming into Europe.
Yeah.
You got to let people know what they're having.
Yeah. I mean, the Mars Work, Rest and Play was just a brilliant jingle.
Yeah.
Mars was the day helps you work, rest and play.
Even today, everybody will, that'd be the one that everybody will instantly remember.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Why does it help you rest? Does it help you rest when you off your tits on glucose?
When you go into the diabetic coma.
Oh, of course, that was it. Yeah. Isn't he resting well? He's shaking. No, I don't. It wasn't one of my favourites, but it was one of those classics that if there was nothing else, you can give everyone. You can go wrong. Mars Bar's one of those. And I sang that to my son recently, and because he's got a friend called Mars, and it's not their given name. No, it's not their given name. They picked this name obviously because they're a them.
Okay,
and which is fine, and it's all cool. But I said, do they like to work, rest, and play? And he went, what? I was like, oh, shut up. He didn't even know. Didn't have a clue what I was talking about. I had to play him the thing and sing along, and he loved it. Then he thought it was so funny. He's like, Dad, you are funny. And I forgive you. I was mistaken, and I feel embarrassed, he said. But yeah, good old Mars bars, great. But now, of course, they're into everything now on Mars, aren't they? Dog food, cat food, Christ knows what. They make everything. So that's probably why they've lost the focus on making a bloody good Mars bar.
I did hear a very scary stat, and I don't know, I think this is true, in that...
this is on YouTube, on the dark web.
My extensive research in the Tor browser, although I did keep getting distracted. But I think there's like 5 major brands, of which Kraft, I think, is one of them, that own all our favourite brands. So what are all the food that we get in the supermarket? Although it looks like there's hundreds of different choices, it just basically boils down to these 5
big companies
that are just trying to kill us.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
The way it is.
I mean, I like these light-hearted podcasts. I love having some light relief on my jog. We're all trying to be killed, actually. Oh dear. So one's Bill Gates, I'm guessing. Is he Microsoft? Do they make Smarties now? Probably.
You probably do. There's Elon Musk and his Musk bars.
He making Musk bars. That does not sound right. Is it? Shit. It's like, I'll tell you what, this Yorkie tastes of badger. I'm not sure what's going on here.
It's just I like to, once every 2 years, I just like to remind people that not that I'm into conspiracy theories, all is not as it seems, people.
No, I know, and he does like to do this once every 6 months. Just likes to remind you, death's just around the corner, kids. just don't enjoy yourself too much. Oh, crikey. Yeah, well, it's a leveler.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
Well, thank you for that input.
Shall we have something a little bit more light-hearted now?
No. Should we just stop? Should we just leave it? Just leave it, Andy. I think we're done.
Thanks, anyway. Mystery Sound. It's still rolling. It's a well-known TV show from the 1980s that sounds a little bit like this.
It's a mystery sound of the 80s. Mystery sound of the 80s.
Always makes me want to run in slow motion.
Doesn't me. I'll just run whilst I'm sat here, if that's all right. Yeah, there's various different TV shows that made people as soon as it started, run to the sofa. And like this I'm wearing obviously the Grange Hill fork.
Yes.
Intro. And by the time it started, by the time it started, you were on the sofa, weren't you? Probably with a Kit Kat or something.
Yeah.
And it just, as soon as it started, and that was the first few seconds that normally made your mum stop what she was doing
and go and
come in and sit down.
That's the whole point of a good TV theme, and those are the classic ones that even now just you got that instant memory. It just takes you straight back and running into see what's happening.
Sit on the brown corduroy sofa with the orange flowery curtains behind you.
See other people up in a different part of the country. Nearly gave it away there, didn't I?
No. Bless them, hey?
If you know what that TV show is, let us know in the comments, either here or there or somewhere, and we'll do the draw next week to find out who's won the tickets to one of our comedy shows, or one of your comedy shows, James, which are all over the place. You've got a new one in Fareham as well now, haven't you?
Fareham Live. That's a huge new venue, 850-seater. So that's going very, very well. So any of those venues are Stitches comedy clubs, but you can also come to our live recording.
We'll be doing this that's an oxymoron, isn't it? A live recording.
Yeah, we'll record ourselves live because based on Andy's message today, kids, we may not be there because everything's controlled.
I'll be handing out leaflets.
The end is nigh. You'll have a sandwich board on you. First people arrive, go, don't do it. It's all a conspiracy. You'll be dead by 10 o'clock. No, it's going to be fun, and if nothing else, we'll make it for that date.
Yeah. We'll hang on in. And I did hear a rumour that there might be sweets.
Yeah, there will be.
There might be.
We're going to do something.
So this is two middle-aged men
handing out sweets. We're hoping there'll be some school buses turning up, and we'll have some puppies, and we'll have playing out tunes from all sorts of hits that you would have heard. Top of the Pops hosts will be there. Jimmy Savile. So we're going to have it all, and of course it's a knockout that'll be featured at some point. So we can all laugh at kids. Do come along if you like that sort of nonsense. Not nonsense. That's the wrong word, isn't it?
Putting the nonsense into
silliness. Bring back the 80s podcast. Nonsense.
It's on Thursday, December the 5th.
It is.
And it's at the Spring Arts in Havant.
There's about 40 tickets left, I think.
Yeah, it's not many.
No, it's great, isn't it?
The proverbial hotcakes.
Yeah.
If you want to get them, you don't want to go all the way into Havant to get them. If you're not down there, you just get them from the Spring. .co.uk.
You do, and you can select your seats, and you'll be pleased to know that the front row seats have gone, so you won't be up close and personal with us. Won't be asked to come and sit on our knees to win a medal, and to tell us about what experience you'd like.
I'm hoping that we can get the arms of these chairs modified.
Yeah, to open out.
So open out, so there's things.
Yeah,
so there's
some sort of disclaimer in there. Yeah. We have them opened out as different tools and devices. No, that doesn't. Anyway, so we'll do that. But we're going to do our backs in, moving the set. So we're going to be there.
All this
is going to be there.
It's got to go.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a major job.
Yeah, we might be out of sorts by the time the recording comes. We'll be asleep in these chairs.
We'll either be in a diabetic coma, or we'll have both had heart attacks, or
backs
both.
Are gone. Backs would have gone. All sorts would have gone. But so it's going to be, the show's going to be, we're going to do two. There'll be an interval because obviously with the demographic there, they'll all need a wee. And then we'll do two halves, and it'll be all about Christmas back in the 80s.
Yeah. That's what I like about your comedy shows, James, because there's usually 3 acts on.
Oh yeah,
and you get a little wee break between each of the acts.
Fantastic. You do. And you can check your fax machine. You can do all the things that you need to do at our age to make sure that you're still in touch with the world.
100%. If your page has gone off, you can nip out to the phone box and phone the office and see what they wanted.
Yeah. Telex. Something's happened. Yeah, do something. Yeah.
So make sure you got some 2p's to. You remember them as 10p's to put in the phone.
It was 10p's.
I remember them as 2p's and 10p's.
I don't think so. Well, that's the same with the Cadbury's little machine.
Yes.
With the miniatures, the Cadbury's miniatures used to get. That's a 10p one, but they did have 2p ones very early in the 80s. And great little thing to get at Christmas with the miniatures.
Oh, every year I used to get one of these.
And I think a few times I did manage to get the refills, but they don't do the refills anymore, really. The tiny little
Yeah, little
you know,
mini
that you top
chocolate
a
bars.
meal in.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a cheat, really, isn't it? Because you put your money in, you get your sweet out, and then you open the bottom out and get your bloody money back. It's pointless, really. But you're meant to learn to save. But I didn't.
Yeah. See, I can't, much as but we have, in the dim and distant past, we have criticised Cadbury.
Yeah.
But with this,
Yeah. Well done.
Well done, Cadbury.
Well done, Cadbury.
Yeah.
We're fans of yours.
I think we covered ourselves.
Yeah, we've done perfectly. Yeah, brilliant.
Shall we do another advert from
Yes.
the 1980s?
Go on then.
Right, this is one that we did touch on,
Yeah.
if that's not the wrong expression to use,
No.
in a previous episode, but I don't think we played the advert for
No.
this particular sweetie.
Now, here's a rare sight. In the constellation called the Tube, several bright blue objects have appeared. Known as NBS or New Blue Smarties, you can see them for a few weeks only. Why they're blue and on view for such a short time, well, only Smarties have the answer. So do look out for them before they disappear.
Now, I think that was Harry Enfield.
I think you're probably right.
Harry Enfield doing the old, what's his name?
Yeah, him.
Astronomer
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know who I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully everyone else does.
It's a sign of getting old.
Oh my
when you
goodness,
can't-
what's his
What was his name?
Come on.
Answers in the comments.
Encyclopedia Britannica, look it up. Astronomer from the
It's,
80s.
Patrick Moore.
You got it.
Patrick Moore.
That's him.
And who was just quickly was a man who suffered no falls.
No.
Because he used to live not a million miles from us up in Selsey.
Yeah.
Up in Selsey.
Yeah.
And at a radio station I used to work at, he used to do bits and pieces.
Okay.
When something was happening. I forget, it was like an eclipse or something was going on.
Yeah.
And he would like phone in and do bits and pieces for us. I remember my boss asking me to ask him to say something at the end, to say like, oh, this is Patrick Moore reporting for Wave 105 as it was. And his response was, don't be so bloody ridiculous.
He's not going to do it. No thanks.
Did not give a toss.
Yeah. Well, the thing is we're not. They weren't as litigious back then, but I reckon that if you did an impression of him now, he'd corn you.
Yeah.
Because you can't get away with sounding like someone
Sound
else.
like he's-
Pay
no,
for him.
no, yeah.
Don't try and do an impression. But yeah, and that was late 80s because there was some CGI in there, some computer generated graphics. They were
It was
of
very
the,
good
of
as
the
well,
Smarties
yeah.
floating about. Obviously, I'll bring it back out because why not? Oops, bring it back out because I've got one of when they brought out the blue Smarties, and they had a special little launch in '89, I think it was.
Because the blue would never. It's like blue. There was never a blue sweet of any description, was there?
No, and this has got all the smart. 1989, and it's full of the blue Smartie special edition, and this is when they had the lid, of course, with the word Roundtree on one side and then a letter on the other.
And that is a genuine 1980s one.
Yeah.
See, I think. Can I have a little sniff there?
It doesn't smell of Smarties, it smells of cardboard.
Does it?
Because it's all tainted in there now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
It's tainted.
it's not nice. I
Been
wouldn't
sitting
eat
in the
them.
back of a. I was gonna say I would be happy to try one of those because I think they would last forever. But having sniffed the inside of that,
Don't try one.
I'm not going to try one of those.
Well, no, I can tell you that it's got 173 calories in it,
Mm-hmm.
made in York, and it's got, you won't be surprised to hear, E171, E104, E110, E122, E133, E127, but it has got carnauba wax in it.
Oh, that's good.
Well, everyone knows that is what you need to get through the day, or certainly in the 80s. And each tube provides 6.5 grams of fat. So, yeah.
Do you know what carnauba wax is?
I thought it was a character in Star Wars. But here he is.
This might be
Carnauba wax.
This might be where we get sued again by maybe not by Cadbury's but by Smarties this time.
Dark side.
I think carnauba wax. I think it's ground up beetles. Something's telling me that it's extracted from beetles. I could be wrong, just for the legal record.
The Encyclopedia Britannica, get that out again. Let's have a little look.
We've only got up to it, doesn't it? We've
B.
got A, B, and C.
Oh, crikey. Yeah, so Smarties were brilliant. I love Smarties.
They were another one where you could just go. You could, much like Maltesers, you couldn't ever just eat one. You would have to have a handful and stuff as many in your gob as you could.
Plastic lid, you'd pop it off. Sometimes you could keep it in the tube with the lid on the end, and then you twat the tube like a karate chop, and the lid would fly across the classroom, hit someone in the face, detention. And but it had the letters on. It had all the different. It's gorgeous.
I remember
lovely.
stamping on them. You used to do get the exactly same. Fire off thing.
Great, simple times.
It was simple. I remember once. being at a train station late at night, and this was a news. I think when fast food. Do you remember we did the episode we said on Tomorrow's World when they were saying about fast food was coming in at the beginning of the 1980s, and I think Wimpy was just becoming to be a thing, and McDonald's. And I remember when they, the individual sauce packets. Now, and they used to have that, and I can vividly remember this. My idea of fun at the time was to take those sauce packets, put them on the floor, and stamp on them. That was hours of fun.
That was chaos.
Hours of fun.
No,
apologies if you had to clean up all that mess after I did
scallions.
Yes.
I can't believe that's London for you, isn't it?
That is London.
That is London.
Yeah.
We didn't even have ketchup in sachets in Portsmouth, mate. We had them in tomato-shaped bottles with green leaves and a little nice gunked up red spout.
Always gunked up.
Oh yeah,
always gunked up. I dare say, if you were to look at the composition of that gunk, it would be deathly.
Well, probably not as bad as eating the tube of Smarties, mate. But probably not pleasant at all. But a bit of sausage on there, a bit of fried egg. Because we squirt it onto you. I must apologise for my cough, by the way. I've only had it for 6 weeks.
I think you've had it for a
the
year,
whole duration of this series. Oh my goodness! It just every time I get a tiny little cough, it goes, and then I get the cold, and then just so I'm getting rid of the cold, the cough goes. Do you remember me? And it comes back for another 100 days, and then I have a couple of weeks off, and then I was just like, I wish it would fuck off. Not just cough, but it's Anyway, I'm trying my best to move the mic away every time I cough.
It's one of those things, James, isn't it, where the older you get, sadly, all you can do, as I mentioned earlier on, is just think of the death is just around the corner.
Yes. It's one of the few things I've got left is this cough, actually. Everything else seems to be vanishing. My hair, my waistline, my credit line, but I can rely on this cough.
Just a reminder, by the way, if you are enjoying what you're seeing and what you're hearing,
seek help. Seek medical attention.
Because we might be carted off to jail for slandering and libeling.
You can't mention jail and the 80s in the same sentence and not panic me.
James, there was no
nothing.
There was no
Nonsense.
internet back then. There's no evidence of anything ever happening from back in those days. But seriously, if you like this, share the show with one other person,
please,
and tell them to give it a go and see if they think.
Yeah, well, the thing is, there'll be something you enjoy. Keep looking, because there's dozens of episodes. So just don't give up after listening to this. Yes. Look at another one. Don't base it on today. There's other stuff in there too. We've talked about all sorts, haven't we? So school days and trips out, and TV, music, Christmas. We've done a couple of bits of Christmas from last year, and obviously chocolate and treats and eating out and food and all sorts. So it's a lot of good stuff, and it's a lot of lovely memories. So
hours worth of fun.
For us.
Yes.
Maybe not the listener, but we're having a bloody good time.
But it's always good, if one of our little videos, one of the little short videos pops up as well, just give it a little like for us. Because the bigger we can get with this, the more James can spend on empty 1980s sweet wrappers.
Yeah, but I have to get the comparisons, so I have to buy the current day chocolates. It's all part of the job, Andy. I'm just fulfilling a purpose here.
Good. I've got to say that out of all the sweeties you've done since the year and a bit that we've been doing this, the double decker still top of the tree there.
Well, we've got another surprise coming in this episode, haven't we?
Oh, of course we have, indeed. Yes.
Do you want to give it a splurge?
Let's give it a little go and see what's in.
James's special lunchbox surprise.
Now, as I've been doing throughout the chocolate episodes, this is what I call the palate cleanser. So this is something. Oh, hello.
It's a bit slow there.
Big heavy bastard. So this is something just to cleanse the palate and just to keep us going. All right.
Yes.
Now, I think these were definitely an 80s creation. I think that milk bottles and cola bottle sweets were about in the 70s. Maybe even the 60s, but I don't think the fizzy cola bottles came about till the 80s to give you that fizzy drink fizz.
Now these wouldn't have been, I would have thought these would be, you'd have a quarter of these.
Oh yeah. You'd never get them in a packet.
No.
Never get them in a packet. You wouldn't get a packet of milk bottles, a packet of sherbet flying saucers. You wouldn't get them, but now they're bringing them all out as this some sort of nostalgic luxury item. 50p for 8 cola bottles or whatever it is.
What I like, I'm just reading the injections.
Injections,
the ingredients in it. This one's got humectant in it.
Oh, thank Christ.
Isn't humectant?
Is it got canoodle wax in there as well? Well, we've got all sorts. Humectant.
Yeah, humectant. What the hell is humectant?
That's a high Scrabble score. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of weird
It's
letters.
got malic acid, citric acid, it's got all your acids.
Oh.
Am I allowed to open this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean that's just a present day one, 50p. But can you imagine spending 50p on 7 cola bottles in the 80s? We'd have been told to shove it, but
Oh, it's good.
Is it fizzy?
Yeah, it smells fizzy. It smells just like the real thing.
okay, well that's lucky. Made by Bonds of London. Sounds very fancy, but it's actually based in Belfast, so I don't think that's quite right, unless I've misspelled the word Bonds. Right, okay, let's fizz the...
I don't mind being targeted by
Cadbury.
by Cadbury, but you've gone too far today.
We'll edit that bit out. We'll be fine. Okay.
Tangy,
yeah.
fizzy. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm all with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, why not?
They're not quite as big, but they've got the kick.
They've got the kick.
Exactly
They
the
have
same.
got the kick. That'd be one of the acids.
I seem to remember them being about 20-30% bigger. Chews a little bit different, but that zing that you used to get that kind of makes your eyes roll to the back of your head is just there. It's probably not got well blubber in or something. That's probably the difference.
It's good. It's good. No, I'm going to give that a 9. A 9. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, 9. I agree. 9. So yeah, that's just cleanse the palate before the next chocolate bar, which is probably the last of this run of 4 episodes we've done. We could probably run this. We could probably start a separate podcast about this, to be honest. It's infinite options.
Call
to
it
compare
Bring
and
Back
contrast.
the... What was one that's gone?
Bring back the waistline.
Bring back...
No. Bring back the Caramac.
Bring back the Caramac. Oh,
Hey?
James.
Hey, I'm not just a pretty face, mate. I have a fat face.
I'm just getting to register that domain as we speak, James.
I think that's the recent one that's gone, isn't it?
Bring back the
Caramac. Yes, please. Yeah, a Caramac was one of those I never really had, but it was like a butterscotchy thing, wasn't it?
I used to love a Caramac.
Was it? Am I right? Butterscotchy
Yeah, it was a sort of caramelly, butter, which is basically butterscotch is caramel, isn't it?
Very thin, a bit like a Milky Bar.
Yeah.
I never really did it for me because it didn't look enough.
But there was the jingle, the TV advert was Cadbury's Caramac.
No, that's Cadbury's Caramel.
Oh, Cadbury's
with
Caramel.
The bunny.
You're the bunny. I'll get me.
We should have had that advert. We've not got that, but that got me going last time. We mustn't.
It did,
Really. Why are you squirreling around or whatever she says? I was like, oh god, there she is, filth. So yeah, that and the Flake advert. But it's very weird, isn't it? Getting excited about a rabbit. Mind you, my wife does. So we're moving on. Can
you guess what it's going to be? Can you guess?
I don't know.
Have a little think.
It was a lazy day, I was taking my time when I heard a horn on the road behind. Looked in the mirror and what did I see? It's the Yorkie man overtaking me with chunky milk chocolate to help him along. Yorkie man, well it can't go wrong. Maybe I'll see him again one day. Yes, the Yorkie man trucking on his way.
He was definitely going too fast for those roads.
It's a liability, that guy.
Definitely going too fast.
The thing is, he's driving an American truck through the Yorkshire Dales. I mean, he's asking for trouble. Isn't he? I don't know where he was going in that. It looked like Snake's Pass, some point between Sheffield and Manchester, and he's probably delivering Yorkies, but he's really got to be careful of those sheep.
Very careful. And what I didn't realise until I did my extensive research in preparation for this episode as well, so they had regional adverts.
Okay.
So they had a guy in Tartan driving one of those lorries in Scotland as well, right up in the Highlands and the Islands as well. So I didn't realise until now that they...
what did they have for the London one? Was he in a shell suit or something?
He would have had a shell suit on. Maybe a top hat.
Some boombox playing. Yeah, top hat, that's it. Yes. And then driving around Portsmouth, he would have been in a fisherman's outfit.
He wouldn't have had any wheels left by the time.
No, certainly no tyres left. Burning them bad boys driving through the streets of Pompey. Yeah, okay. Well, obviously I've got a Yorkie. Obviously I've got a Yorkie here because I don't want to let you down. And we've talked about this before, but I am going to rant about it a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, listeners, this is a little trick here for you to excite all your friends at dinner parties. We know that the Yorkie is smaller because now on every chunk it says the word Yorkie. But you know this, Andy, from our previous chats. it used to have a letter on each chunk, Yorkie. Okay, and now you can't spell Yorkie from a Yorkie because it goes
got
up to
one
I.
less chunk, yeah.
So you know, it's definitely smaller here. Well, what's the size? Can you find a size on that?
Size on this one is...
There will be on that one because legislation and all that nonsense.
It's got to be in it. But 46 grams on this one.
Right, okay. Well, here's the standard one, 64 grams.
Okay.
All right. So we know that. We know it's definitely got smaller. Here's one with an extra chunk. Okay. 70 grams.
Wow.
Right. So that's it. But check this out. Check this bad boy
Bloody
out.
hell. That's going to do some damage.
This was on sale, in general sale. This wasn't like a specialist one. 200 gram Yorkie bar. So you could get a chuffing great bloody one with nuts in. I don't think they do the nuts one. They're certainly going to stop the raisin and biscuit one soon. I don't know why, because everybody loves a Yorkie, don't they? But it was, they went through this phase in the 90s of Not for Girls and all that lot playing on the truck driver, and that had a slight backlash from the ladettes, I think, in the late 90s. Bless them, and I get it.
Could you be any more patronising?
Bless them. Well, I was doing it ironically, just trying to wind them up. But you know, it was meant to be a bloody great chunky chocolate bar, probably Yorkshire based Yorkie. I don't know, maybe that's the thrust of it.
Yorkie,
Drivers.
I remember it always used to be that you used to get a lot of chocolate, and it would be, you know, it would last all day, and you could bite it off and it'd be good. But I always remember it in taste wise it being second best to Cadbury's Dairy Milk. But now I prefer that over Cadbury's Dairy Milk.
I think so.
There's no sick in that.
But it's still got that slightly dusty element to it. You know what I mean? It goes a bit sandy almost it doesn't just melt in your mouth. It goes a little bit weird, a bit sandy, which I think is strange. But Yorkie is a great one. But as I say, Mars and Yorkie, you've got to say, are the stalwarts of the bloody chocolate range.
Absolutely.
And they are definitely got smaller. So whilst our memories are saying all chocolate bars are smaller, I think we can confirm on these episodes that they haven't, actually.
Some of them have got a tiny bit bigger.
Yeah.
I love the way that we're doing taste testing of these. There's you know, food bloggers and, you know, Instagram TikTokers and that, and they're going around eating, you know, the world's best food in the world's best restaurants and doing that. And we're talking about the dustiness
of chocolate. Yeah, well, it's our expert area, Andy. I think, you know, we talk about crisps and chocolate and junk food and wimpy, and we're nailing it.
110%. So it's been a good. I mean, please, for God's sake, can we take a break? Before we do any more chocolate episodes, because I'm just running out of holes in my belt.
Well, I think what we're going to do, Andy, and I think you're right, we do need a healthy break from all of this chocolate, is that we're going to do some episodes about pubs.
What we need to do, Joe, we need to actually do it from a pub.
Shall we?
For legitimacy purposes.
I think for tax purposes. We need to do for tax deductible purposes. So we're gonna, and I think that, to be honest, food and drink go hand in hand. And we've done the food, now we've got to do the drink. And it's coming into that cozy time. People are probably watching this, if they're watching it on time, which they should be, of course, because it comes out every Tuesday. You shouldn't miss it. Then this is really cozy pub time. Restaurants and pubs is exactly what you'll be doing in November on the run up to Christmas, and that's why we're going to do a couple of episodes all about pubs back in the day.
I want a pint glass with a handle.
Yeah, a tankard of some kind.
Some kind of a tankard. I want it to be full of double diamond.
Yeah.
And
butts,
can we do it? If we can do any gastronomy at all, as we were saying, you know, we're talking about dusty chocolate. Let's move things up a notch.
Yeah.
And I would like a somewhere where we can go perhaps get a steak and a Black Forest gatto for afterwards.
God, yes.
Can we do that?
As a kid, I always used to love chocolate cake, and I always a couple of times got caught out with a Black Forest gatto, which does not taste like chocolate cake.
No.
Not to a 6-year-old. It tastes like sick. And probably made by Cadbury or Kraft. But I'll have a steak and mushroom pie warmed up, sort of, maybe with peas. Probably wouldn't get chips, but you might get chips. But it's usually just a pie, pork scratchings, and maybe a quick glance of a girl's tit on the backing card of
As
some
you were
peanuts.
pulling them off.
Yeah. So that was what pubs were all about. And it'll be really weird to have just blokes sat in the pub. Mind you, very authentic.
No children.
No ladies, please.
No ladies, no children.
We'll be back in an hour. Dinner on the table.
I'll say that to the wife, see if we can get away with it in 2024.
Where is my dinner? But I won't be able to phone her on the mobile, of course, because it'll be authentic in the 80s.
Yeah.
And she might have to look up in the Yellow Pages the number of the pub to ask where the chuffing hell I am.
Yes.
Because I've been there for 3 hours and I said I was just going for a pint. But I've gone and chatted to this bloke who's selling watches in the corner by the Shove Halfpenny board.
I remember there used to be a fish man used to come around the pub that I used to go to.
Really?
And so he would bring round at the end of an evening on a Saturday. He'd come round and he'd have like whelks and cockles. This is more of a London thing.
I think this is it sounds like a euphemism to me, Andy. Andy's popping out the back of the pub to have a look at his whelks and cockles. I don't think so, mate. I'll be buying watches. But yeah. So that's the next couple of episodes, and then we're straight into our Christmas specials, of course.
Indeed. So Christmas special reminder as well. You can come and see us live at Spring Arts in Avon Thursday, the 5th of December. Just a handful of tickets left now. Thespring.co.uk.
It's going to be just this, us chatting, talking nonsense.
It's not going to be funny.
No fun.
Any comedy.
No, just use it as a way to get out of the house, which you need to do, you know. If you're watching this, you've probably got a carer. Just ask them to bring you along to the Spring Arts Centre at the beginning of December and have a good old laugh about the old days, and we'll be ranting and chatting about Christmas music, adverts, probably toys. The Argos catalogue will probably feature at some point.
I hope so too.
And probably Morecambe and Wise and Cliff Richard.
Yes,
why not?
To look forward to.
Chuck them all in.
We'll be back again in a week's time as we go down the pub.
Yeah, why not?
Can't wait for that. So we will say goodbye and see you next Tuesday.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to this week's edition. We'd love it if you could subscribe in your favourite podcast app, and don't forget there's a video version on YouTube too. You can contact us using the links in the show notes and on the YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time for another edition of Bring Back the 80s.